Bianca would so talk about me right now. I have so many tabs open. It's
Eh.
stupid.
My
So
computer
I'm
can't. The
also
only
like
thing.
systematically backing out of things, but yeah.
Ah, yeah, no. Luckily, my computer being so old keeps me from having too many open because then it sounds like it's wheezing. I'm like, earlier I
Oh
was working on
boy.
something and I was like, "Are you all right?" Like,
Wheezing is crazy.
girl, I wish I was exaggerating. I was like, "For real, are you okay?" And I'm like, "This is a MacBook
Child.
Air. It's not like it has vents under there." I'm like, "I can't even get you no more air if I wanted to."
Okay.
That's wild.
Like,
I put the link into WhatsApp. I sent it to both of you as well
Fab.
as the images. I'm pulling the description right now. It's gonna be short. Uh, okay. Give us two options here. Shekinah, I'm also gonna pull one from your voice. So if you'll give me just a second, I will
mhm.
do that. All right, option one and option two are in the doc. And then let me get one from your voice, Shekinah. This is the wrong page. Oh, and let me also open this.
Oh, man, I spelled it right.
Publishing.
Mm, mm, mm. I just want
If somebody can write in the live chat whenever y'all have a moment, just so I can make sure it's coming up on the screen correctly.
you.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody can write in the live. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry, Chopin, I'm coming. Thank you.
Girl, take
Please
your
write
time. I
a
don't even know what I'm waiting
caption
for.
for a copy that's from your voice.
But I am here. Now, why can't I
For a
get to
copy
that
that's from your voice.
tab?
Big chillin', big chillin'.
All right, that's cute.
Oops.
pass the syrup and turn on the mic.
Yes.
Cute. Cute, very cute.
All right. So Shekinah, in the document, under social media copy, I just put 2 from your voice. So
Okay.
you can tweak those if you
Should I post this now or when the episode comes out? Now?
It's
Okay.
well, no, it's out now.
We're
We're
live.
live.
Got it. Got it.
Yes. All right.
Shablam. Let me go on the Facebook. The wind is blowing crazy here.
Kalonda, can you collab? I don't know if where you're posting at, but if you're able to collab with me, can you do that? Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I'm just trying to.
I haven't
pick a
posted
song.
anything or shared anything anywhere.
No problem.
Because I'm trying to get all of this. All right.
This sound like this is that.
Oh, description. What time?
That's the
Alexa,
AI singer.
set a 2-minute timer.
2 minutes starting now.
I still gotta turn this fan off.
Got a lot of things, got a lot of things on me.
Okay, here we go. This will work. Get this in. So. Can somebody check for me and make sure that the image is updated on YouTube? Because I just updated it to the actual cover.
How do I see that?
If you go to YouTube.
Oh yeah, okay. Wait. Keep talking and do what now?
Oh wait. Let me just make it public.
Well, when I'm posting it, it's coming up with the thumbnail picture.
Okay, perfect. That works.
Okay.
All right. So welcome to the BTS, y'all, whoever's here,
You know?
or whoever sees the replay. We're getting started in just a couple moments. These are always the most intense moments because we have so many moving pieces that are happening.
It's happening.
All right. So I'm gonna post in
All right,
Patreon.
so I collaborated that with you, Kim.
Thank you.
Sure, I did it right. Right. Yep. Helps if there was a link there, Kalonda. Something felt weird.
Sorry.
Alexa, turn off the timer, girl.
She's like, you will hear me. Don't act.
You want to
Relax.
time it right now? Don't tell me how to time my time. I'm just kidding.
Girl, turn it off, child.
Okay.
All right. So let me. There are so many things. So many things. All right. Paste this. And then, oh, this needs to go on Patreon.
1 minute.
Dun dun
All
dun
right.
dun
Right.
dun 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 dun.
All right.
Free access. Publish.
All right.
Gee, Willikers.
Willika.
All right. Let's put this in right
Alrighty
quick.
then.
We have a room full of opera singers.
This is your
Hardly
granddaddy.
me.
Oh my God.
Y'all. This is your granddaddy.
So I met David Man on Kalonda. You remember we went on that cruise, on that missions
Mhm.
cruise?
With the fine white
And
man,
Dave,
yes.
fine white man.
You don't remember
That's
the
what she
fine white
remembers.
man? It
Mm-mm.
was like the, and I don't know their names, so sorry, Jesus. But it was like this family of white Christian singers, but they were like very handsome, tall, white guys. We wound up actually getting a picture with them, but I couldn't tell you their name to save my life. They pop up
Girl,
randomly in
I
my
don't
memories.
expect you to remember a name. I don't even remember these people existed. What?
Yes,
I
yes.
remember the couple that was at the table. That's who I remember. That
Oh
remember they were
yeah,
fighting or something, and
they
then we
were
walked in
arguing.
and everything
Yes.
changed. And my mama was like, "Y'all be changing the atmosphere. Y'all powerful."
Yes, indeed.
That's what I remember. But I brought it up because Shekinah, it was a missions cruise, and there were all of these artists that were on. So like Ty Tribbett was on there, David and Tamala Mann. It was black artists and white artists. And we went to Jamaica. It was very interesting. But anyway, David Mann was walking around saying, "This is your granddaddy."
Oh yeah.
Surprised you
Very
remember that.
interesting.
I just remember being tricked on that trip. That's all that was.
Because you didn't know it was a missions trip. Is that correct?
Not till like last minute. I was
Kalana
like,
was like,
No eyebrows.
I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not going to somebody's country and telling them what Jesus deserves. Like that don't sound safe.
but you know what's so funny is that's also what I did not do. I went,
Right.
I don't know what other people were talking about, but I was talking to the children about their school because they were giving me a tour. So we
Right.
were walking around and they were like, "Can I show you the reading corner? Can I show you the,"
Oh,
like they
that's
were so
cute.
excited. So that's what I was doing, child. We didn't talk about Jesus at all.
I was like, Ma, I'm not doing that. I'm like, we can go find some rum on the boardwalk. Because they had also covered up all the alcohol, Shekinah, on the
Oh, that's
boat. They put
hilarious.
like a sheet in front of it. They shut down
And the
all the,
casino.
I'm about to say, they shut down all the
Hey,
gambling tables,
are
closed
we
it
here for
down.
Jesus or now?
They said, we said mission trip. Act accordingly.
Okay. Be fake.
And it was so funny because the people like that work on the cruise ship, which by the way, one of my former students is actually, she works on a cruise ship now. She's
Oh, really?
like the director of events or something for Carnival. I
Oh,
have to
nice.
catch back up with her because I'm so curious about this cruise ship life. I don't know if you all have ever watched any videos or YouTube videos about people that live on cruise ships and how their lives work.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've
Have
seen
y'all?
it. I don't know if you know Corey. He used to sing in high school from St.
No.
Aug. It was him and three other guys. But anyway, he's done cruise work for a long, long time. I want to say it's with Carnival, but I could be lying about that very much. But yes, it's always been very intriguing how they divvy their life for like 9 months at a
Yeah.
time on these boats.
I ain't mad at him.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Okay, so we are just a couple minutes behind. I hope y'all got a chance to share out. Let me send to one or two people, and then we are going to get started. We got eyebrows on now. We're feeling we're feeling good about our brows.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Shekinah, did you share
No,
in the
I just
group?
put it on Facebook.
Can you share it in the group chat just in case? I know sometimes they're not
sure
able.
can.
So let me stand here and here and here. Okay, copy that. And then I don't know if you are watching narrate what you're doing, but we do that all the time.
Yes, that happens. You know, girl, there's a full neighborhood. We are having a morning meeting right now.
I love the neighborhood. I love it.
Oh my God,
party.
Kalonda has tell Shekinah about your neighborhood before we get started. This will be our opening story.
Oh
You
Lord.
have like imaginary friends, right? Or an imaginary friend. Well, I had an imaginary neighborhood, right? So it was like
Explain. expansive.
There were people in the neighborhood. There were like a set of twins. One lied all the time and one always told the truth. So then I would have to ask them like math questions to figure out who was lying and who was telling the truth.
Math
But
questions.
then I realized the flaw in that too, because I'm like, oh, well, what if they just got the answer wrong? They may not have lied about it. They just may have given me the wrong answer because they didn't know the answer.
Intent.
You know? There was like an old man who lived there. There was a girl with really curly hair.
Are you the only child?
I am. And that is exactly.
This makes sense.
Correct. Yes. This is
I get
on brand. On brand. She's like, girl. If I had said, no, I have lots of siblings, she's like, you should continue to talk to your therapist.
I wasn't going to judge. I'm curious. Yeah, being only child.
Definitely an only child. Had the whole thing. And then it was like built like Fraggle Rock. Are you familiar with Fraggle Rock?
With who?
Okay. You don't know Fraggle Rock.
Like,
this is where the generational divide comes up. No?
Yeah. She's like, I got
wait, we gotta show her. We gotta show her because she's not gonna understand. Okay, wait, let me pull it up. And guys, we're gonna start in a moment, but this is important.
Y'all just hang in.
Exactly. Y'all are here. Okay, is this it? Shekinah, I can't believe that you don't know about Fraggle Rock. So when did Fraggle Rock go off?
I don't know.
Did you grow up with cable? That's the first question.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
You did? Okay. Yeah. So maybe it's just that it had gone off by that time. Yeah, I don't know.
I was born in 95.
Oh, Jesus.
95. 95?
Yes, baby. She is a young tenderoni. This chicken is still springing, okay?
Toolshed. We're talking about Fraggle Rock. I bet you Toolshed remembers Fraggle Rock. Okay, so
he does.
Yeah. Okay, Shekinah, you ready?
Yeah.
See, girl, we changing your life in so many different ways. Look at this.
Of things.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let me make sure that the volume is up. Here we go.
There?
That's what my neighborhood looked like.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything. So these are Muppets.
Yeah, basically.
This character is so awesome.
Fraggle Rock.
Okay. Okay.
So did you grow up with Muppets?
Like,
I was gonna say Muppets were not my thing.
That's what it is.
Got it.
I wasn't a Muppeter.
That's what it is. Toolshed said he remembers seeing it in 1994. I don't know why you specifically remember that from 1994, but
he's like, it was a Thursday.
You just I might have been a thought, man. I might have been a thought. I don't know. Depends.
Yeah, this was before your time. Wow. Well,
Jesus.
That's what Kalonda's neighborhood looked like in her mind, was like Fraggle Rock. So we just wanted to give you context about what you're walking into. Okay? Because like, we're here. We are here. Okay?
I love a double clap.
Yes. So let's go ahead and get us started, y'all. Hey to our day ones.
Hey, they know. They already know.
Y'all know how the ADHD be rocking around here. Okay, so now we gonna officially get the show started for real this time. Okay. Yes. All right, here we go. Oh wait, damn. That was like not it. Hold on. This time. Here it is. Boom.
Countdown.
You can practice your double clap during this time. And here you have to pose. And scene.
Welcome.
See, I wish, Kalonda, can we get some air horns? Can we get some air horns on? Wait, we couldn't hear them.
You can hear
I think it like
No,
thought it was
I
background
think it's
noise. So it,
spiked. There they are. They gotta be a little gentler,
It's
maybe.
the most gentle air
bring it
horns
down, babe. Bring
ever.
it down. Bring it down, babe.
I'm too excited. Too excited about our guests today. I will simmer down.
Right. So, hey, y'all, welcome to So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled Cheese. We are two real life cousins who come on here, y'all, and talk about stuff that we thought was normal, but was actually the family recipe of dysfunction. Now, you might be looking at the screen and you're like, but wait, I hear 3 people because we got a guest today, y'all.
Hey, hey, hey.
So we are going to give her a moment to introduce herself in just a second. But we want to remind you all that we're on a mission here to unpack stuff. You know, our ADHD be running rampant, and all of us are neurospicy honeys. Okay, so we
Okay.
just gonna strap in. Y'all know how it goes. Okay. So we invite y'all along for this journey. This is a journey of self-discovery, of laughter, and hopefully a little bit of healing, a whole lot of shenanigans, and probably a whole bunch of segues. Okay. So just be ready for all the things as they come up for the ride. So my name is Kimberland, Thailand, House of O'Neill, Jackson, and Adams, empathetic energizer, intuitive, inspirational innovator, seer of souls who are hurting, healer of hearts, and voice to the voiceless. What up?
We still didn't hear.
No, we didn't hear them. Dang.
Now that
I
was
think
quiet.
YouTube.
You did.
I
That was
think YouTube
quiet.
is trying to censor you. I think that it's I think it's the man.
So rude.
It's always
How
the
dare
I
you?
man.
know.
So rude. So
I
rude.
don't know why that would be a thing, you know,
I'm just
but
a girl.
but I received it
Did you
in
feel it?
theory, you know, and the
Okay.
chat is
Okay.
also lighting up with the air horns because
So they
you
got
know they
okay.
helping us out. So shout
Thank you,
out
chat.
to the chat that's here. You know, they
Our
giving the
honey
air
pots.
horn
We need names for
energy.
them. The little butter packs. What are they?
Oh yeah. I don't know. Y'all, what y'all want y'all names to be? We'll get to that in a second when we get to the emojis. Okay.
Okay.
But tell the people who you are, cousin, in case they here for the first time.
Welcome. I'm Kalonda. I'm going to speak in my quiet customer service voice so as not to upset the YouTube guy. I am Kalonda of House Jackson, first of her name. I am the assistant of entrepreneurs, beacon of banter, creator of content, dancer of dreams, and excellence enchantress. And don't forget, a NOLA native. Hey!
Meow.
Clock
I
it.
love that. I love that.
Yay. And then we have our guest host who is here hanging out with us. So please let the people know who you are, sis.
Hey y'all, I am Shekinah Taylor Weeze of House Holiday, first of her name, manifested presence of God, the creator and curator, soul healer, heart revealer, warrior,
Hey.
lover, friend.
I know that's right.
Yes. Okay.
I know that's right. You better tell
Listen.
somebody.
Yeah, that's me. Hey y'all, thanks for having me. This is my first time guest hosting anywhere. I just be talking on my stuff.
Well, thank you for coming see us and hang out. We love it. Anytime we get a chance to meet new people and introduce them to our soon to be named audience, it is a great thing.
Yes,
Because
thank
I just
you.
keep hearing butter pats in my head. So that's what the extra giggle was for.
What's a
Sorry.
butter pack?
The butter pat.
So give them the agreements
Yes.
and all that so we can let
Yes.
we
So
go ahead.
while you're here, in case you're wondering, there are a couple things that you can expect from us and that we would expect from you. First, from us, you can expect transparency, right? We're going to tell you what's going on, how it's happening, with all the honesty that we can absolutely muster. We are not experts in everything, but we are experts in several things. And the things that we are not experts in, we will connect you to the people that are, because that is what we do. On top of that, you also get to enjoy it while it's happening because we are fucking funny. And there's going to be some curse words every once in a while. I probably should have said that part first, but hey, sometimes
Now
that's
you
how I
know.
go. Now you know. So if you got to put headphones on, do that. Because we don't know when it's going to happen when you need to color up some language, right? Because sometimes you just need a little extra impact. What we expect from you is to just really participate with us in this journey. Talk to us. We're live in the chat. The people in the chat are funny as hell too. So by all means, talk to each other. If some reason we miss it, we definitely want you. If you smiled, laughed, clutched your pearls, had any kind of reaction, then we want you to share this with your friends because they're going to have a great reaction to it too. So like, share, subscribe, press all the buttons, share it again, and then come back and watch all the other things that you're like, damn, what else did I miss if I saw all of that already, you know?
Yeah.
So we look for that from you. But most of all, just really taking time, enjoying it with us. If you have questions, ask them. We are here to help shorten that curve. And so you're not experiencing things that people are like, oh yeah, I knew that. But why you didn't say nothing? Like, hello.
Facts.
So that's why we're here. Okay.
Yes. So, Shekinah asked, what are the butter pats? First of all, the butter pats is something Kalonda is making up in her mind right
Right
now.
now.
That this is happening
No
in real
official.
time.
Yes.
Okay. But where it is coming from is the fact that we engage in this virtual world in emojis. So our collective emoji for so you don't put syrup on your grilled cheese is the honey pot, right? That represents the honey. But I'm thinking we might be adding a butter pack because I also can see how that would like go together with the syrup and the grilled cheese. And we'll get to that in a second, y'all, because Shekinah did do a taste test. So we are going to get her experience, okay? But having said that, go ahead and drop some honey pots into the chat. That is the way that we know that you are specifically here from this community, that y'all rocking with us. Now, we also have individual emojis. So my emojis are the sunflower and the crayon. The sunflower because yellow is my favorite color. The yellow reminds me of the sun and joy and frolicking in a field. I love sunflowers. They're so beautiful, but they also are the symbol for invisible disabilities. And as someone who is very neurodivergent, I am becoming a fierce advocate and activist for those causes. So sunflower fits right in there. And then the crayon because there was a time in my life where everything was black and white, and I made a conscious decision to color the fuck out of my life. So the crayon is where that colorful language and lines and all of that exists. Okay. So go ahead and tell them about yours, cousin.
Well, so my emojis are going to be the beautiful little love bug or ladybug, sorry, in my because I call people love bugs, but it's a ladybug. And excuse me, just has been a wonderful message for me from the universe, from God, as I'm making different transformations in my life. And they have absolutely guided me from living in the States to living abroad. And it's always cool to get little reminders from other people as they see them intersecting in their lives. So I know that the universe is still talking to me, and just let you know that you're on the right path and that there is prosperity there. My other emoji is the blue heart. Cobalt blue is my absolute favorite color. It just feels warm and rich and like a big old hug. And in this side of life, I have decided I want to be loved out loud and love out loud without having to question it and wonder about intention. So whenever you see me, by all means, a lovely little ladybug or a blue heart is a way to say you came from so you don't put syrup on your grilled cheese.
Cute. Wait, why can't I hear you?
Because I had muted myself. Our guest host also has emojis. So tell them about your emojis.
Yes. Okay. So mine are the purple heart and the little sparkle. The purple heart primarily because I'm a branding strategist. And so I try and be on brand with things as much as possible. And my podcast colors are purple, white, and a little bit of gray. But also purple for me represents, it's royal, it's regal. Depending on the shade or the tone, it could be very calming and loving, and it's pretty. And the second being the sparkle, because I try my hardest to live in joy intentionally and add a little razzle dazzle to my life anytime I can. And I just feel like that little sparkle represents that idea perfectly. So it can go on the end of a sentence, it can go at the end of you cussing somebody out, it could just be it by itself, and it's gonna zhuzh up the situation just a little bit. So I love it.
I love a good judge. I love a good judge.
Uh-huh.
Judging is for me. It's a thing. I love that. Yes, for the judge. Okay. So
Amen.
it's important for you all to know that because you can drop those emojis into the comments. You can drop them into the chat. That is a way where you are like sending us super hearts and like all this kind of love. All right. So please do that as you see fit. If somebody is talking good, go ahead and put that into the chat and the things. Okay. All right. So we do have some updates, but before I get into the updates, I do want to first of all give both a shout out and an apology. So, number one is the apology. I had to go back. I was looking at because, well, let me do it together. Let's do the shout out. So, shout out to Bianca Gooseby. She's here in the chat. Okay. She's my best friend. She's a Kalonda's love. Like, she's a part of this universe, right? So, Bianca was our very first guest on So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled Cheese way back when we was at the apartment.
We
Okay.
cool on.
So she came on and she did, a taste test, and it's some unreleased footage, that we might be
Yes.
putting out there, soon. All right. And Bianca can attest to what her experience was there in the chat. We'll uplift that or whatever. But I wanted to shout her out because she was our very, very first guest back in the days when we were still trying to figure this out. Insert apology here. To our day ones and those of y'all that have been rocking with us, hey, y'all love us down because that
Always.
sound, oh my God, that sound was so bad.
Struggle bus.
So bad.
Oh,
Strong.
And
It was.
I just want to apologize, Kalonda. You might have some words. I don't want to speak for you. I'll give you a moment if you want to add. I just want to apologize from the depths of the soul of how bad that sound was. We didn't know. And as we grow, we do better. There is a very large difference between virtual podcasting and
Yes.
in-person podcasting. And when I tell you that curve is steep, okay, it is a steep curve. So we just wanted to shout y'all out for hanging out with us and hanging in there with us because that was a time.
It was a time. They got to see and hear a lot of things, probably that they shouldn't have, bless their hearts. I know Sarah took them all through it with her little tippy taps in the back of the show, or when she decided she wanted to talk in the back, because I tried, y'all. I would give her bone and be like, all right, now go sit on the sofa. I'll be back. And then every time, the last 15, 20 minutes, she's like, all right, time to go outside. You've been doing enough yapping. I'm over it. So yes, y'all hung in with us. And even as we thought we were getting better, and it was still a lot of room for improvement, we appreciate you guys sticking with us.
Especially that transition to in person. That was wild. That in person. Yeah. That was
I just want to say, when you add in value, people will stick around.
Very true.
Through some of the trenches. So clearly y'all was talking real good or entertaining real good. Or some reason you was adding something to somebody's life that, they was circling the block. So
I appreciate that reframe. Thank you.
Okay. I know, right? Wasn't that girl? Because girl, I was like, Jesus, on the main line. Y'all should have canceled us. My God.
Don't do that. Don't cancel us.
Make it first and then make it better.
Facts.
Right.
Facts. Come on
Right.
now.
That
Come
part.
on now, Brand
That
Bestie
part.
coming on in here with the fact. Okay. So we have a testimonial that is here in the chat that's gonna take us
Yes.
into our testimonial here live. Bianca Gooseby says the grilled cheese and syrup be bussin'. Now,
Amen.
if you notice, the title of today's episode is Pass the Syrup and Turn on the mic. Okay. So as we're talking about passing that syrup, Shekinah, we would like to give you an opportunity to share what your experience was like. Tell the people, craft it, color it, form, to talk to the people about your experience with the syrup on the grilled cheese.
Yeah, well, ultimately, it was a pleasant surprise. Okay. I didn't think I would not like it because it's Thanksgiving time, right? I'm looking forward to my Thanksgiving plate where I like my food to touch. So I put my mac and cheese next to my yams. So I like a little cheesy, sweet, savory kind of bite. So I was anticipating that it would be good. Now, I did learn that the syrup does matter. Okay. I made my grilled cheese, got it nice and crispy and toasty. I put a little mayo on the bread. Okay, that's a trick for the girls. And some butter. Gave it a wonderful crisp. And I chopped it into strips like French toast strips, kind of, so I could dunk into the syrup because I didn't know if I was gonna like it, And I tried. I had a syrup from the Cracker Barrel syrup. When you get a little extra one, you take it home. I had that, and then I had a butter flavored store brand syrup. And the store brand butter flavor was much, much better. I don't know if it's the butter. I don't know if it was the thickness of the syrup.
Or the high fructose corn syrup.
Or the high fructose. Okay. all the things are working for my good.
Came together.
And it was good. It was really, really good. Now, I said that I would probably enjoy it more as a dessert, like if I needed something sweet after dinner and ain't want to do, all the cookies or the cakes or the things. I could whip me up a little grilled cheese, throw some syrup on it, and be satisfied, with the little sweet treats. The ladies mentioned that it's breakfast or lunch, which for me was a little off because I normally eat my syrup or my grilled cheese with soup, okay, not syrup. But I'm here for the new things. Okay. So yeah. I enjoyed that. It was a good time. And I might do it again, on my own. I don't know. Maybe.
I will take that. Now, did anyone else in your household get to partake in the
No, child, it's just me. It's like you need some eggs and some sausage in that thing, I'm like, we just want a breakfast sandwich. Got it.
Right, like you just want breakfast. Okay, got it.
It was just me. I'm here for that. It was good. It was a good time. We are now bonded in a way that I have not bonded with anybody else.
Well, look at that. That's all we can ask for, right?
We're changing lives here, folks. Yes, we are changing lives one life at a time. Okay. Yes. So if you have been skeptical, we've been trying to tell y'all for a long time. Okay. Just try it. You could do the dunk method. Okay. Now Shekinah did throw us for a twist with that mayo.
The mayo was
that was interesting.
Trying I had to not judge. I had to say we don't judge,
Curiosity
because she was
over
open.
Judgment.
Exactly. She was open to try it. And I was like, okay, I got to be open to see how other people would do this. And mayonnaise
was it crispy?
It
was definitely crispy.
She did the knife scrape and you could hear the crisp. So yes. I definitely understand that part now. But at first you said mayonnaise and I was like, say what now?
Now who did that now? Now what?
Now if you don't like this, you better blame that mayonnaise.
Don't be blaming us for your nasty grilled cheese. No, it's good.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. So I know some of you all may be wondering, because usually when I tell people like, the podcast, so you don't put syrup on your grilled cheese, they're like, first, what? Who does that? But then secondly, why is that the name? So we want to give a little bit of context, if you will, and I'll let you color in these lines, Kalonda, about why the podcast is named "So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled
Yeah.
Cheese."
So
Please.
for us, we thought that's just how people ate grilled cheese sandwiches. Like that was another variation, variety, what have you, and that it was perfectly normal. Um, then we started realizing outside of New Orleans that, oh, we didn't see that, hear that as much. So then we were like, it must just be a New Orleans thing. So then we literally did a poll, and they were like, girl, what are you talking about? So we were like, oh, must just be our family, right? It's got to be our family. And literally
Clearly.
on one of these episodes, I don't remember which one, we had a family member that was like, no, no, don't say that. We didn't.
Don't
We
say
ain't had
that.
nothing to do with it.
They
That
were
was
like,
Oh,
we have never had. What are y'all talking about
Mhm.
we
right
don't know
now?
that. We don't know that. Y'all telling stories on our whole lineage right now. So all of that to say, it was like how many things that you think are normal because they happen in your home on a consistent basis. And that's what you know. And so we were able to kind of use that and have the conversation of just what does trauma look like and how are familial relationships and what's deemed okay and normal and acceptable, that we also thought were okay. And it turned out it was just in our living room, and being able to say, you know what, for us to have that conversation for people of like, hey, it's probably not everywhere. And it's okay to call it trauma and to say that that did not feel good or that's not something everybody has to overcome, and how do I overcome it? So we wanted to be able to have those conversations. And so you don't put syrup on your grilled cheese was a very easy way to draw that line of like, oh, y'all don't do that. And it's like, oh wait, your people don't do that either. And so it definitely helped us kind of set the stage for what we do here, which is sharing in our experiences and calling the thing a thing and just saying like, you know what, that wasn't the best, and I can still love you, or I can protect myself and cut off those create that boundary for myself that says I can't interact with you because of how that went, and that is okay, and you don't have to ask someone's permission for that. And the fact that we didn't have those conversations, that people didn't tell us that, it was very much that's your XYZ, that's your mom, that's your grandma, that's your brother, that's your sister, whatever. You have to, and that's not true. Like your mental health is worth everything. It's worth it all, and you don't have to put yourself in those situations, in those positions. And there are other people out there that are experiencing it, so you're not by yourself either. So just creating that space that we can have that conversation.
Yeah. So having said that, we're curious, Shekinah,
Yeah.
if there is something in your life or world that you thought was absolutely normal and clearly everyone is doing this and universal, and then as you live life, move to different places, you were like, oh, they don't really be doing that. Is there anything that you could think of?
Well, there's a few things that I knew probably at the time everybody wasn't doing that I was doing, such as summer school, even though you got good grades,
Mm.
dual enrollment
Oh, okay.
throughout
I was
high
like,
school.
but yeah, yeah.
But the real thing was my I, my mother is a very transactional person. So often, almost always, any request of her required, well, what you gonna do for me? Well, what you got for me? Well, what you gonna do for me? Simple. Can you do this to my hair? Okay, well, you gonna do my hair? Can you drop me off at the mall? Well, you know, even to like, can I go somewhere? I had to come to the table with the full who, what, when, where, why, and how of it
Yes.
all,
And how you
at
gonna get the?
10,
Because I'm not coming to pick you up and
11.
drop you off.
Exactly. And, I didn't always have the answers, or I didn't always have something to give. Sometimes I just wanted you to make me the yeast rolls because I like the yeast rolls that you made. So as I get older and realize that there are people who do just like to support you. People do just want to be there for you. People do just want to offer you resources. And I can do the same. You know, I can also just show up and not have to have it all together, not have to have something to give necessarily to people, in effort to build a relationship. I, by myself as I am enough, you know. So that would be kind of the main thing that's coming to mind for me. Yeah.
Gotcha. How would you say for you, like in relationships with people, um, how did you find that you always operated in that way or that you expected everyone to operate like that? And like, what did you see along the way with that?
Well, I knew it. In my subconscious, like I knew it wasn't quote right or that I should be able to, but I did find myself performing a lot, doing a lot, being the giver, being the setter upper of the things in friendships and relationships. Feeling like, yeah, I do have, in order for me to even ask you for help with something, I have to have developed this deep relationship with you, or I have to have given you all of, built up my credit with you, if you will, in order for you to show up for me. And through Discover Your Destiny and the Lord Jesus Christ himself, you know, I'm realizing like I don't have to do everything, right? I don't always have, even if I'm fully capable, because that's the other thing. I am very competent and very capable, and I'm a smart person. So I'm very easily, and I'm an intuitive person. So without you saying things, I see what you need and I instantly jump to do it. And you learn everybody doesn't appreciate that, nor does everybody deserve that effort or energy that you expel in trying to solve these problems, right? And trying to fix it and trying to create an environment that you think they will enjoy or appreciate. And sometimes people just want to be miserable. People just want to be sad, or people just want to be whatever. And it's not my responsibility to adjust, fix, correct, whatever. That you might have to ask me now. You know, you're going to have to step up and communicate, you know, what you need from me, as opposed to me just expelling all this energy, doing all these things, and then you slap me in the face because you don't really appreciate it. Now I'm hurt, but you never asked for it in the first place. So whose fault is it really?
Right.
You know? So that definitely is becoming a realization for me. And even when it comes to like friendships or uh just a simple example, we're trying to plan to go out of town for Christmas, and normally I'm the one like booking the Airbnb, everybody send me the money, planning the things. I'm like, child, I'm gonna send you the money, you go ahead and you handle that, right? Like I don't have to do all of it. I really don't, you know, and nobody told me I did. It's just how I was conditioned, if you will, to come to the table with something, right? Instead of, I can sit back and I can play my role. I can let you speak up. If it's important to you, you will say what you need, right? And there's a balance to that, right? Because sometimes you are sent into people's lives to call them higher and to pour into them, and you know, but just using my discernment and the Holy Spirit to kind of guide me into when that's appropriate, when it's not, and move from that place, as opposed to this anxious place of feeling like I have to prove or do or be something.
You said a lot in that. Thank you for sharing. Because I mean, I know it's even hard in those type of relationships, especially with, because, you know, I'm not going to say obviously, our parental units and when we're children, the family, that's what builds the lenses of how you see the world and how you start to begin to expect people to behave and act and how you should behave, and you internalize those things. So when you have someone that is operating with you on a transactional matter, it's hard when you start to see people who aren't, because now you're like, well, they didn't ask for it
Why are
yet,
you
but it
doing
must
that?
be coming. You know what I mean? Like, well, what do they want? What do they need? I don't know how to accept that. Because even to your point of like, you know, it may not be that they want to be miserable. They're just like, why is she trying to do that for me? Why is she giving that to me? I don't have anything to give her, so I can't accept that pouring out of love and energy. I don't know what to do with that. and until people identify the fact that, oh, people can just want to help you and just want to be there for you, or just see a need that they know they have the ability to fill, but also at the same time learning when to put, I call it my cape, because I will strap my cape on and
Girl.
go to work and nobody asks for nothing, and it was
Nothing.
like, and I'm exhausted, burnt out, because I know everybody's doctor's appointments and when their birthdays are and what their favorite flower is. And it's like, let me take this cape off, because didn't nobody ask for none of that,
Yeah.
So I think it was wonderful that you've been able to see that, because I'm sure it did color a lot of the ways you interacted with people.
1,000%. And
Yeah.
oh, go ahead, KJ.
No, go ahead.
And it's also, to say, even when in relationships, I don't always get to expect a return on my investment, if you will. Sometimes you do just give yourself,
Mhm.
and that's okay, right? But I have to decide now when those times are, as opposed to feeling obligated, right? And
That's just the norm.
sometimes you won't get anything back from this person that you've poured into, and I have to be okay with the decision to give those things. And I'm still working on figuring that out, child, every day. Okay.
Yes. Keep
Facts.
living.
It's a process.
Right.
It's a process. Speaking of keep living, if you all are looking for some how do I want to call it? If you're in the mood for a social experiment of keep living meets male vulnerability and how men interact, I highly recommend that you watch the latest episode of Den of Kings. It is Kirk Franklin's podcast thing that he's doing. And this last episode, he had a young man on there named NLE. And the kids know him. I
NLE
don't.
Chopper.
Not the chopper.
Sure.
I don't know him, but I
Sure.
just know NLE
Yeah,
chopper.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
even know the chopper part, but so because they
yeah.
was calling him NLE, so I just kind of took that. But anyway, he was on this episode with Jonathan Majors and Kev
Mm.
on Stage, Ray J. Who else was in
That's
this
an interesting
room?
group.
Interesting mix. Okay, we
And there
like,
was
huh.
another doctor. I can't remember his name right now, but this is what I'm gonna say. This is the bait that I'm gonna put out. Ray J was not the problem.
Interesting.
I know you lying.
And many of us found ourselves agreeing with Ray J.
No.
No
Ray J
lie.
is a very smart man. He really is.
Oh yeah.
It's never a
Oh
question
And
of
yeah.
they
his
say it
intelligence.
takes a wise man to play a fool, and he be playing that thing. So, I give him that. He is Brandy's brother. I mean, he got that. Hopefully, he got something from that Norwood blood. Amen.
You would think.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
But
Yeah.
it was a very, very interesting experience. So if you all are looking for just a study on people and how people show up. The reason I brought up the live longer is because that is like the theme that they kind of walked away with for NLE,
Mm,
is that because he's 22 years old, but he didn't expect to be able to get to 22. So in
mhm.
his mind, he feels like he's in his 40s.
Mm.
However, he is not. So he's
Right.
sitting at a table with people that are in their 40s, and then
Mm-hmm.
he takes up a lot of air in
Mm.
Ah,
the episode.
got it.
There's it's very interesting. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who may go watch it,
Okay.
but it was a very, very interesting experience. But to the point of keep on living,
Mm,
there is just certain things. And one of the other reasons that Kalonda alluded to of why we created this space is because there are things that we just don't be talking about. You know,
Yeah.
like being able to have a space to say, dang, I realized like I grew up to learn that things were supposed to be transactional. Or I grew up, for instance, to learn to hide money from people and your partner and like pretend like you're always like there are certain programmings that we get. And again, you think that is normal
Right.
and that this is how things work until you get other experiences and you're like, wait, you're acting and responding differently.
Right.
So it really has become an experiment for me to really just try to figure out how somebody wound up where they are. Like how did you wind up being who you are? Whether that is a caring and compassionate and empathetic person or someone that really don't even give a damn about people. Like what shaped you into this
Right.
person? Because it is always a combination of environment and experience that gets us, to where we are. So yeah, so again, thank you for being here and sharing all that because there are many of us who are having those awakenings and it starts happening around 30, 40 years old. You start being like,
Yep.
nah,
Now
wait
wait
a
a minute.
minute. Now this, hold on.
Yeah.
You different.
I'm keeping
Like
a
that's
running
different.
list of things, and it's called Things Nobody Told Me and I Found Out at 30. And I'm just
Yes,
See,
indeed. That's
see,
it.
tallying them up.
That's it.
yeah,
And
see,
it happens that
Yeah.
we're doing essentially that right now. We didn't
correct,
know at 40. And
Syrup
people
goes on
correct.
grilled cheese. Who knew?
see, there
Who
you go.
knew?
Put it in the book.
Who
And
knew?
we learned that mayo goes on grilled cheese. So look, we can
A
learn
win-win.
something both from a different perspective on
All
that.
around.
Yeah.
All around. So I do want to, invite y'all and say, I know there are quite a few people that are watching. We are in the live chat. Okay. So come in to talk to us, y'all. This is an exchange. So feel free to contribute or come over into the live chat. If you're watching, you just look for where it says insert live chat or join live chat here, and then come and say hi. All
Hey,
right.
there
I
you go,
also wanted to
Tina.
do a quick subscriber update, y'all, because y'all are coming. Y'all are coming. Oh my
Hey.
God. So on our last episode, we had 1,450 subscribers. As of today, we are at 1,476 subscribers, y'all. Nothing can stop us. We on the way up. Okay.
Hey.
So shout out to all our new subscribers that are hanging out. Hopefully, we'll have some more folks that are coming in from the Let's Talk Sis universe and all of that. If you are, make sure that you drop the emojis, right, in the chat so we know where you are coming from and that we are able to really celebrate you and welcome you over here into Minding My Black Ass Business, as well as so you don't put syrup on your grilled cheese. Also, just want to give a quick plug that if you are saying to yourself, I want to come on there and chat with y'all, send us an email at mindingmyblackassbusiness@gmail.com with the subject line, let me on there. And that is how you'll be able to come on. Let us know why you want to come on. You are going to have to taste syrup on your grilled cheese. You are going to have to give a testimonial about what that looked like and sounded like, okay? Because we are changing lives one person at a time, all right? We doing the
That's it.
work.
That's
We
it.
Yeah.
doing
That's
the
all we can
work
do.
to change the lives. All
Amen.
right. So, to that point, let's go ahead and do a quick spirit check. And yes, indeed, life updates. We all got a little something going on. So, starting with our spirit check, one of the things that we always want to be intentional about is thinking about how we are feeling and the type of energy that we're bringing into spaces and giving you all an opportunity to do that as well. Because sometimes, honestly, we just don't be checking and taking a moment to see how we feeling. All right. So we use a tool called the feelings wheel, and you can use this or you cannot, but I am going to explain to you how it works. So in the middle of this wheel, we have some big feelings, and these are the feelings that we usually don't have any difficulty identifying: happy, sad, mad, fearful, disgusted, bad, like we're surprised. We're usually pretty good with those. The further that you move outside the wheel, the more nuanced your feelings get, so you can kind of get more and more specific. There are different ways to tackle this. Some people work outside in, some people work inside out, some people just go all over, but that's how it works. All right. So let's take a moment here to really just think about how our spirit is feeling in this moment. And you can kind of describe it however you want to describe it. to just make it clear to the people. So I'm gonna leave this up here so everybody can see. If you're on your computer, hopefully you can zoom in. If not, you go to feelingswheel.com, and that is how you can access this on your end. All right, so let's take a second here. Okay, I think I have mine. So I'm aiming for like 3 words. So y'all can do however many that you want. So for me, I'm gonna say joyful, um, playful, and thankful are my 3 words. Joyful, playful, and thankful. That's how I feel.
I would say I'm a bit fragile. I feel hopeful and trusting
Okay.
will be my 3.
I'm definitely feeling grateful, optimistic, and a little. It's going back and forth between annoyed and irritated, but but somewhere in that family. Just
All right. So, we're going to color in some of these lines. And again, yes, indeed, is our life updates. It's something our grandma used to say all the time. It's something people say in New Orleans all the time. It's just like, yes, indeed, child. Like it might be a punctuation on things. Like, girl, what? Yes, indeed.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
those are life updates. So my yes, indeed, life updates, y'all. I went down to the eye doctor. I've been talking about my eyeballs. All right.
Yes.
So I went down there to the eye doctor yesterday. And when I tell you, I cannot see, y'all. Well, this is the good news. Okay, let me start off with good news. The
All
good
right.
news is the last time that I had an eye exam was 4 years ago. So within those 4 years, my prescription has only increased by 0.25.
Okay.
Okay, so that's good. That there's
All right.
not, any macular
Progression.
degeneration or
Right.
anything. That's
Amen.
is normal, very, very online and on schedule. Howsomever, why this lady gonna sit up there and have me take my glasses off and gonna tell me read the things on the screen? Girl, I can't see that shit.
You tried.
Did you?
So for context, my last prescription was -7.5, -8.5. Okay, it is
What's it
now
supposed to be?
negative.
Or what's like good?
Supposed to be.
Well, no, that's you see, I what's I can see. Because you can't see, so what's I can see?
I don't know. Kalonda claimed that she can't see, but her prescription is not as high as mine.
I can't see, and mine is like -1. So
Okay. All right. I don't know. I wear reading glasses and I don't know my prescription off the top of my head, but okay, keep going.
Got it.
But for context, I've done this before on different things because this is the other thing she did. I was like, girl, I'm finna fight you. So she gives me this card, right? And it's got different size letters. And she gonna tell me, take off your glasses and cover one eye. And I'm holding it like right here. So she's like, take off your glasses, cover one eye, and read what it says. Girl, I can't see that. So then she was like, well, how close do you have to bring it to your face to see it? So I'm like, here. This is how much I can't see. This much.
Why you cussing the lady? Don't cuss the lady.
Oh my God, I didn't cuss the lady,
silly
but I was
questions.
there, but it was so ridiculous because I was like, you see my prescription, I can't see that.
I can't see this, ma'am.
So then she put the thing on the screen, where it put the letters up or whatever, and she blow the K up to like 7,000, So she's like, can you see that? So I'm like, I can see that there's probably a K there.
It's still fuzzy though. Thank you.
Girl, fuzzy. Like I'm literally looking at the black blobs that kind of look like
an R. It might be a D.
She's like, I see the elements of the letters.
It's some
That was
lines
with the
up
right
there.
eye. Then it got to the left eye. I'm like, girl, I know it's a K because I just read it with my right eye, but I cannot see that. Okay, I
It gets
cannot
better.
see that.
She's so
Oh
funny.
my God. It was so like, bitch, you blind. Like I am real life cannot see. But
Yeah.
I went and got my prescription updated. So soon I will be able to see better. Okay.
Hey,
And
Yeah.
I am excited about that because
are you
you know they
ordering
send
yellow
you
glasses?
home. So I think I'm gonna order some from Zenni.
Nice.
Because I just wasn't impressed with their frames. You know, when I feel
Gotcha.
like whenever you
I'm
go
never
into
in.
the eye doctor,
Yeah.
they just don't be having a good
Mm-mm.
selection for real.
No.
You
No.
know,
I
and then the
lucked up
good
on
selection be
mine.
on Ralph. Where you got yours from?
I from the eye doctors, but they are sunglasses because I have a big face, so I like bigger frames.
Oh,
So
and just
I
switched
did
out the
some
lens.
sunglasses and just put mine in. But normally,
That's so
otherwise,
smart.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were not cute. I took pictures in a few of them and I was just like, none of this is
This ain't
giving.
it.
So
Mhm.
I just think I'm gonna just order some from Zenni and
Yeah.
then they'll get delivered and then I'll have some style. But then I also have to get rid of all of these old glasses that now I can't see out of, so
Well, just keep
I'm gonna see
one
if
though,
they
just in case. You gotta
just
keep
in
a
case.
just in case pair.
You getting rid of a lot of stuff over there,
Uh,
Kimberland.
Well, that is the season of the life that I am in. And
Right.
when I tell you it's serious, just this morning, so I'm going out on the town. This is the other thing, and the last thing I'm gonna say about my Yes Indeed life updates. I'm going out on the town in a little bit. I'm
Oh,
using that so
you say
loosely
that.
because I'm not really going out on the town. I'm going to dinner.
You
but
It's so
but
funny.
that's as much of the town as I'm going
that
You
out
can
counts.
on.
handle.
Yes.
But I said that to say I actually put a dress on today because my old faithful baby, we putting on some leggings and one of them H&M tank tops and that
And
jean jacket, and
jean
we're going about
jacket,
our business. You
call it a day.
understand?
Here we go. It'd be
So
cute.
today I said, let me see if I can even still fit these dresses because all
They're
my
too
clothes
big.
too big.
Right.
And you know why? Because everything that I have that is with me is from when I left 4 years ago. So my
Mm-hmm.
anniversary was just the other day, my 4 year anniversary of leaving the US. And so I'm doing an entire like rehaul. Everything
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
either worn out, too big. Like even I was putting a bra on this morning and I had to put it on the last thing. Like there was a time that it was on the first hook and it was four of them and it was on the last one and I was like, "Woo, girl, let's tighten these straps then. Let's get these girls
Gotta
in
get some.
here."
Yes, the
So,
reduction.
so yeah. So that's what's been happening in my world.
Love
Yes,
that for you.
indeed. Well, I love it for you. I was saying keep a pair just in case something happens and you wind up for whatever reason glassesless. But ideally that
Oh
would
yeah,
never
now
happen.
I don't ever have just one pair of glasses. Now if
Okay.
because even
Okay.
when I order the glasses, I'm probably gonna order about three. I don't
Okay.
believe
Got
in
it.
because I
Okay.
cannot function without glasses. So I
Correct.
cannot not have
That's not an option.
glasses. Like there have to be. But I also have like three or four different pair with this prescription. I don't need
Okay.
those.
You don't
Mhm.
need all of them.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, me
Got it.
living without glasses, I'm dead.
Not a thing.
Okay. All right. I'm
Jesus.
glad we understand that. All right. Who's
Clear.
next?
We are clear. My yes indeed update is kind of a little more. It's a yes indeed, and it's a bit of a rabbit hole only because like I realized where it kind of met up in the middle. But so there's this lady on TikTok because that's my fun and happy place sometimes. So she got on there. I'm trying to figure out how to put this. So there was a black woman shower talk, right?
Mhm.
Where
Okay.
okay, there we go. So
I'm
I was
with you,
like,
girl.
yeah.
I'll be on the TikTok.
Shekinah be down there to the TikTok.
Oh, okay,
What
very
happens on Black Woman Shower Talk? They talking
black
about the
woman
right way to
shower
shower?
talk. They tell people how to like enjoy the shower, what
Oh, I
things you
might
can
like it
use to
over
like
there.
luxuriate in. Like you want a net to like exfoliate, and what are you using as a moisturizer before you get out of the shower? Like all the things, get your lights, get your eucalyptus,
Oh,
your
I might
herbs.
like it
You
there.
like
You
this?
would
You like
love it
make your
there.
spa. get some people were putting Vicks Vapor Rub on like clothespins and putting it in there so it would like
For the
give you your little
eucalyptus.
interesting stuff, right?
Interesting.
So
Okay.
all the things. So that was happening. Well, recently there was this lady, a white woman, and she's like, I used to shower, I think she said, I don't want to lie on her, but I think it was like every 2 weeks. It wasn't frequent at all.
I
I
knew it was
know.
about
You
to be
mean
some
daily?
fuckery when she said a
It was
white
not
woman.
daily. It was not multiple times a day. It was not daily. It wasn't even she didn't wash her legs. She didn't shower for days at a
We
time.
are judging you. I just want you to know if you take a shower only every 2 weeks,
Well,
you are
what?
judged. Even though, let me use an I statement. I am judging you. If you only take a shower every 2 weeks, I am judging you.
Count me
Okay,
in that
continue.
number.
No. So of course, at first, she came on there and was like, I want to start showering every day. I want to listen. I know y'all. Stay with me. Hang in.
I'm listening. I'm getting some water. I'm listening though. Go ahead, girl. Go off.
We can do this. She said she's counting every day, and she's like, I want to bring you with me as I shower every day until I enjoy it. And so people are like giving her tips of what to do. She's like, I just don't like, being wet and cold. So like getting out of the shower, it's cold immediately. Like it's a sensory thing. I don't like touching the, bath mat or, the floor in the bathroom. So she's listing these things.
I can relate. I can relate.
Right. Like, so there's like some sensory stuff that was going on. So people were like, try a towel warmer or put your towels in the dryer before you go get in the shower. But you got to walk across the floor to go get them. So, just logistics, but whatever. So trying to make some suggestions, if the lighting is weird, turn the lights off, get your little pop light, a candle, do something, change that up. Like it doesn't have to just be stark white. You're in the shower, whatever. So my initial reaction absolutely was like, what do you mean you don't shower every day and you're going to try to enjoy it? Because I'm like, I'm going past judging you and I'm trying to figure out who raised you, right? Like, how did you?
Right. Where is your
anymore? Because if you made it to this grown ass age, there were adults that were supposed to be saying to you before you got here. So it's not even your fault.
I'm grossed out.
So anyway, so I went there first, and then, but the more I realized it, because she would come back every day, and she's like, okay, I'm on day 6 of showering every day, because she said she realized, like, she would go to the gym, like she would go to Pilates, come home. She's like, I don't really sweat. I would put dry shampoo in my hair. And she's like, I don't like washing my hair every day because I have fine limp hair, so then it just looks crazy. And so like some of the things I'm like, okay, but I'm like, she has a boyfriend, and people were like, your boyfriend did?
Oh, he musty. I know he musty.
Well, she said he showered.
The devil is a lie. He turned that water on and get in there and throw the soap around. Ain't no way.
I'm doing my best to remain open. I don't know where this is going.
Like, and this is why I say I go back to being a kid, because there were some times where I was like, I'm tired. I don't want to take a shower. I just want to go lay down. I've been outside playing, blah, blah, blah. My mom would lick my arm and be like, you are salty.
Okay, that was a lift. I wasn't expecting.
Oh my God.
I thought she was about to say take you to go get a shower, but the licking is.
Because I would have been I was in the bathroom with the water running. I wasn't
you was the one
fucking around.
Okay.
Like, you did not take a shower. Go take a bath. Anyway, we said we was gonna be transparent. So anywho, so she's like going through this journey of like every day and kind of saying like what products she's tried and what different things. So she's like, I just want to. She's like, I want to like enjoy this. And she's like, part of the thing, because it was taking me so long to take a shower, that each shower was an everything shower. So I was washing my hair, shaving, like doing all the things. So now I got to be in there this long time.
For so long. Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, it was a thing. Like it was a thing. It wasn't just, I'm Pigpen, reveling in dirt. It was, this was a mental piece for her to get in the shower. And so it really made me reflect, because I know when I am, especially when I was like in burnout and
Yeah.
going through like active depression and things like that, brushing my teeth was the shower. Like I would still shower, but brushing my teeth was like, because and part of it too was because it was in front of the mirror, and like looking at the mirror wasn't a good space. So it was just like, we're gonna skip this whole section of the bathroom. I'm gonna get out the shower because I took that, and then I'm gonna leave. And I'm out the bathroom, I'm done. So it was very interesting because people obviously in the comments at first are like, what do you mean? But then seeing people really come together and supporting her of like, okay, try this, try that. And then other people saying, wow, I felt that way too. I didn't know that's what it was. I never, tied it to that, of just trying to find like that gentleness, because it's not, there's so many reasons and so many things that keep us from doing the things that we're supposed to do, that
Yeah.
it's not just as simple as go take a shower. Like just, and we've talked about that before of like, it's not just the shower. I gotta get undressed. I gotta walk on this floor. I gotta get the water temperature right. I made sure I washed my sponge. Like, is that clean? I got my towels. Like, if it's a wash my hair, shave my armpits, shave my legs, do all the things. Like, there's 1,000 steps. And if you're not in the right headspace, that is very overwhelming. So just, being open and understanding that people are struggling with things like that, and it doesn't seem like on the surface, like, what you mean, just go take a bath, but it's like, what else is tied up in that? So like, I had just been kind of going down that rabbit hole with her and watching her go through this process, which was very interesting. And then her being very brave to be like, because the other day she was like, I know this is TMI, but we on this journey together and I got questions. And so she was like, so on your cycle, and I'm like, oh God, what is happening? And she's like, so what do you do? Because I want to take a bath. Like I want to take a bath
I
and
don't
just
like
because it's more
baths.
comfortable. And I'm like, it's more comfortable. But what do I do? And she's like, because if I have a tampon, then it gets waterlogged. And I was like, waterlogged? Like,
Why are you taking a shower with a tampon in?
well,
Or
no, she
bath?
was saying being in the bathtub with the tampon, and the tampon got waterlogged. And so
Why
then
are you
that
in
mean
the
had
like it
me.
tub
got
with
stuck?
a tampon on?
For me, the only way I can think that it was waterlogged is it doesn't sound like it was in there all the way. Because
Right.
water shouldn't be up there to add liquid to make it expand. And she was like, because it's really painful to take it out. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then we're in the comments like, well, two things. You can take out your tampon, take a shower, put your tampon in, a new tampon, please, Jesus. Put it in and go about your business. If you have to take a bath, put a tampon in, take your bath, and then you're good, I guess. I don't want to do that. And I was like, it sounds like if you said it's waterlogged, that it's not in there, right? So that may be a whole nother conversation. So I don't know. But it was just not realizing when you just go take a shower, like you don't have to think about that. And there are people that are struggling with various components of that every day.
I can relate to the task of showering, that it feels like a task. I've had this conversation with you, Kimberland, where some people are very into their shower routine and it's a thing, it's a relaxing thing, it's an enjoyment thing. For me, it's a check off a list thing. Like I'm gonna shower because I got to shower. I don't want to be funky, and
Right.
I don't wear deodorant. So I got
Oh,
to really be on top of that, and I
right.
sweat, right? Great. So I'm a sweater. So
Got
for
it.
me, it does sometimes feel like a task, and I have very sensitive skin. I have hidradenitis suppurativa, so it manifests as bumps and boils a lot all over my skin. So it's just uncomfortable sometimes to shower, and the solution to that often is exfoliation, but it hurts. So there's a lot of things I can understand the non-enjoyment factor. And yeah, I've been tired sometimes, and I don't shower. I ain't gonna sit here and say 365, but 360.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think the biggest takeaway, for this is like make the accommodation. Another thing, I've heard from Kimberland is and I like you, I can appreciate her courage and boldness in saying, hey, I want to do better in this thing, help me. Right. Because people don't, as we talked about before, have the spaces to have these conversations and to honestly come and say, these are the things I'm struggling with. I know that it's probably maybe not the best thing, but these are still the things I'm struggling with. Right. Like, help, you know? And so it's really cool. That's part of what I love about TikTok is that you can find your people. You're going to find your people. You're going to find some people that's like, ew, girl, what the hell? But you also going to find some people like, bitch, me too. Me too. You know, this is what I did. This is what helped me. So that's my thing with the showering situation.
Yeah.
Y'all really be selling me on TikTok when y'all elevate stories like this. You do, because I don't think I be on there enough to have found my people. So I just go in, get in and get out. But like you both said, I really appreciate the additional context. While I am still, and let me, when I say I'm judging you, let me just be clear with what that means. It means that I become, is actually the opposite of judgment. I become really, really curious about what is going on behind the scenes. So if you're saying that you don't take showers every 2 weeks because you are white, because you don't like showers, because what, right? Like what is behind that? So with the additional context of understanding everything, I can relate so deeply. Y'all know I live with OCD. So it is very, very difficult for like shower. The reason I'm so intentional about my shower routine is because it is so difficult to go through the process of taking a shower. I hate tile. I don't like certain bathrooms. Like I'm very particular about where my feet touch. I am like, I cringe at things being cold. Like it is just the worst thing. So I get that so deeply and how that can impact the will, especially when there's not a lot of will to go and do this thing. And there have definitely been days where I have not taken a shower. Now, there have not been weeks. There have not. Okay. So, and like Shekinah, I also don't wear, in the comments talk about Judge Kimberland. I don't wear deodorant. I'm switching to natural deodorant. I'm trying to formulate my own and all of that. And you know, one of the reasons why I did that is because I like for my skin to be clean. And when you wear certain deodorants, it leaves a residue. And it's so difficult to get that residue from underneath my arms, and it bothers me. So I don't like to do that. And in the event that I do for some reason have to use like a typical deodorant, that might be once a week. And then the rest of the time I'm not. I take a shower, I use witch hazel, like I'm using the things to make sure that I don't stink. But what I just appreciate is the highlighting of what it is like to be in burnout or to be in a space where depression or your brain is just not cooperating with you, and having the ability to say this is happening so somebody can get curious, so that you can get the support that you need. You know what I mean? So for something that I would say to her is, okay, make the accommodations that you need, right? So I carry around my own bath mats wherever I go so that I don't have to worry about that. I wear slippers in the house, and I just met up, y'all. I bought me some new slippers yesterday at the mall.
Ooh,
Baby,
They feel
baby.
a
amazing.
dream, a
Oh
dream.
my God. Like I am walking on the clouds
No,
with the
a
I
good
love
Lord.
it.
house shoe will change your life.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Oh, they're so good. Because the last ones that I had, they had because again, with my feet, I'm very particular about what my feet touch. So the last ones that I had, the front is open. These new ones, the front is closed and they have clouds of God inside.
Oh, see, and you
Oh my
like warmth.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love warmth. I
Right.
love for my toes to be so toasty,
Mm,
you know?
mm,
I'm
mm.
like, I can
Oh,
feel the sweat.
so Oh no, I
sock
love
with some
toasty
breathing
toes.
room.
Well, I always
Why?
do wear socks, but it's so my
Really?
toes can stay
In
toasty.
the slippers? Like together?
Yeah,
Oh, I would melt.
sometimes
I would
I would
die.
melt.
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 My
Melt.
feet are sweating right now.
Spontaneously combust, even. Not even melt. I would just burn up.
Oh my
Oh
god.
But I
Lord
can see the
Jesus.
appeal. I see why that would be good for you. Because I
Yes.
know for you that would
Yeah,
feel good. For
Yeah.
me, nah.
yeah.
Not so much.
That's funny. But again, make the accommodations that you need for yourself, right? So that is, I'm answering this like this is the asking auntie. It's not. But
But I mean,
also
still, there are
somebody
people out
here might
there.
be going through the make the
Exactly.
accommodations that you need. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And that's why it's so important to understand these things about yourself so that you're able to advocate for yourself in these situations. And believe it or not, there are more people who are experiencing these things and they just don't talk about it because you've never sat down and had a deep conversation to really
Right.
ask what is actually
What's
going
happening?
on and
Right.
providing a safe space for them to be able to say this is what's happening so that you can help, or support
Yeah.
or provide some guidance or whatever. So thank you for the shower talk. I definitely, that sounds like my neighborhood that my people might be over there.
Yeah. They
And to
are.
her
They are.
bathtub situation, girl, get you a diva cup, okay?
Well,
Don't
so
even
what? So that
don't
was the
even use
thing.
the
She
cup.
was
I
like,
can't
"Don't tell
take
me about."
baths.
She was like, "Don't tell me about the Diva Cup. I can't do it." And that, and
What?
Well,
look,
I
I'm
guess with her
having.
sensory, I get it. I
Oh,
understand.
true. But like, so I've learned this here in Uruguay that they don't tampons with applicators are not a thing. Sorry, Toolshed,
Oh,
more tampon talk.
really?
He said
The
he's learning a lot.
That's
Toolshed
why
is
I
in the
feel it.
comments.
So
He
I
said
was
he's
like,
learning a
sorry.
lot.
That's what, like,
Let's
sorry.
talk
There's
about
one more
Because
tampons.
tidbit.
usually men be running, girl. They be running when you get to talk about this stuff.
So it happened to us in Peru. We ordered some tampons and they came, but it was sin aplicadores. And I was like, well,
Hmm.
son of a bitch. Okay, fine, whatever. But then I found some with the applicator because now I knew, okay, I need to look for it.
Right.
Here, there are
They
none.
don't
Like
even
I
have
asked the
it.
lady at the store, I went
So
to
you
a
just use your finger?
pharmacia.
But how you get it
Well,
out? Does
so
it have a
so here,
string? I have so
so
many
here,
questions.
welcome to my life.
Go get
So
one. Let me see. No, just kidding.
so first
Seriously.
I was like, what's happening? So I was like finding every last regular tampon that I had. So then obviously I finally ran out and was like, okay, now what I'm gonna do? And so they had a Diva cup at the grocery store. So I was like, all right, I guess that's what I'm doing. Girl, I tried that. I was like, it was fine. Well, first getting in, it was not fine. It was an adjustment,
Yes.
but it got there. Then
Yes.
it was fine. And then in the middle of the night, I don't know if my uterus tipped or what, but that little
It's a
pointy
lot.
thing at the end started like pointing down, and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good." And then I couldn't get it out because it's a suction around your. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
How the
Yeah.
fuck did you get this out
Honestly,
of you, girl?
you ain't lying.
am I gonna have Bianca
Wait,
up?
wait, 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 wait. Your mic is spiking.
Oh, sorry. I was like, am I
Okay.
gonna have to wake Bianca up? Like, can I do this by myself? Because
Not that
it
y'all
wasn't
about to have tampon surgery.
girl. And we don't have no tongs. Like, what she was
You
gonna
are
use? Like,
slow.
anyway.
Tongs is wild.
How did you get it out? How did you get it
You
out?
had to reach up in that
Just
thing
try
and grab it.
it. Not at all with the fear of having to involve someone else in this process.
Yes, honey.
Just trying, pinching, turning, and then finally it
Yes.
came out. So I was like, okay. I,
Hmm.
I don't know. So I don't know what's gonna happen the next time because that's
Get
not
you some
happening.
period panties, girl.
I
Get the
might have
panties.
to.
I
I might
love
have
them.
to
I
That's
live for
because I'm
that's
them.
what I
like,
do.
Get the panties,
I
this
child.
is
can't,
not.
I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of this. I don't want this to happen to me.
Yeah,
So I don't use tampons. So, and
tampons
then
are
like
fine with as long
pads,
as they have an applicator.
Hey, I don't want to do any of this. And so I've transitioned into period panties, which is also interesting.
Yeah,
And
I
it's a
imagine.
process and get used to whatever, because I've also considered the Diva Cup, and it feels like a lot of logistics, and this feels like a lot.
People
So,
sing its praises.
I know, but
I just
I
can't.
can't make it
I'm
make
gonna have to
sense.
try it
I
again,
don't
I
know.
guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but, yeah, that's a
Yeah,
lie.
yeah. All right,
Woo,
Shekinah, I'm
child.
sorry. Tell us your yes indeed, my dear.
Child.
Well, I guess I'll give you a 10-month update because my year
Get it true.
started off with a bang. I
Oh,
was released from my job at the top of the year. And subsequently, I started my own business as your brand bestie, branding strategy. And so, I have just been in a season of discovery, if you will. No, I didn't even mean the pun intended with that, because along with that, I am also participating in Discover Your Destiny, right? I am learning a lot about, I also just turned 30 in July. So I'm learning a lot about who I am, who I was called to be, and how I'm not gonna cry, and
it's
how
okay.
that looks in my life. And it's making me very emotional because it's very validating and it feels really, really good. To be in this space, it's very scary as well. I have been employed since I was like 15. I told y'all I was a super student, and so doing things, accomplishing things is a staple for me in my life that was a source of validation at one point, right? As we also talked about. So, in this season, of just discovering myself, how I show up, who I want to be. Um, this will probably lead into our asking Auntie as well, but um I'm like I said, I'm fragile, but I'm also trusting and just curious. I'm learning so much about God and who he is, and how he is, more importantly. And so yeah, a lot of processes are happening in my life right now, in just terms of building out my business. Like, what does that look like? How do I find clients? Who are my clients? What services am I going to offer? Is this going to sustain me? What other sources of income can I tap into that are aligned, with who I am? I used to work for Enterprise, a car rental company, for like 6 years. And every day I think about that, I'm like, what the hell were you doing? I was washing cars in the Florida heat while trying to sell some goddamn insurance. All things I don't enjoy. I don't like sales. I don't want to be out. I told you I'm a sweater. I will sit here and sweat. I'm in the Florida heat 365 because there ain't no winter down there,
Right.
And I'm doing manual labor. Like, are you kidding? Do you see me? Do I look like I want to be doing manual labor? Nails just as long, okay? And I got my braids was down to my waist, got it sucked up in the damn vacuum one time. Like, this is crazy.
What?
And so to be to now
Oh,
be in a position where I'm doing things for the joy of them and they pay me
dang.
is very revolutionary, and I'm here for it. So yes, that's me. That's my business. That's what I got.
That's a big update. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And the tears, let them flow. It's okay. That's a lot of work to get from those spaces because those titles that we're used to defining us and success in our lives, when they're gone, it's a grieving process. And it's like you said, it's a full discovery
Yeah.
of who am I outside of these things? Because I know myself as a student, I know myself as this worker, I know myself as this whatever. And when it's gone, you're like, oh shit, like who am I? You know, what does this look like? So I love that you're going through and have gone through Discover Your Destiny. It's a wonderful process, like you said, discovering yourself, finding God and how he shows up for you, and how even in 365 days in the Florida heat, what skills that was building for today, you know, for the Shekinah of
1000%.
today. There's something in there that you pulled out of that.
Yeah.
But definitely giving yourself that honor and accepting.
Yeah, and it, you know, and it's you say that, and it's so true because it wasn't all bad, right? That position definitely afforded me a lifestyle. I had one of my best birthday parties ever at 25, you know, because I was able to afford it. For one, I was making pretty good money, and two, you know, I was able to rent me a Range Rover, feeling real cute, you know, on the road, and then
Okay.
escalate, you know, all the things. So there were a lot of really positives, but when we just talk about again who we are designed
The
and called
purpose.
to be, and doing things from a space of anxiety as a because you know I got that job because things didn't work out the way they were supposed to when I moved, and so I just needed a job, right? I needed something. And then you're there for 6 years, and then it's like, wait, was I am I supposed to still be doing this, you know? And so God is good and he's sovereign, you know, nothing happens by mistake. There are reasons for everything, and so learning who he is and how he is helps you to really see that and put things into perspective.
I'm so proud of you. So for context, Shekinah and I met in this secret society that we're a part of. And we met around podcasting, and I went on to her podcast. So if you all watch The Frolicking Truth, you hear me talk about the brand bestie like every week. This is who I'm talking about because sis know what she doing. Okay. And y'all are seeing the evidence of that because she is helping me untangle all of this stuff that's in my brain and actually bring it into manifestation. Like it's just so you're seeing this in action. But it is the first conversation that we had was me coming on the podcast, and I don't really remember what I said, but I remember just being like, let me try to, because it's very difficult to explain to people who I am and what I've been through in a 30-second, pitch, So one, I was grateful that I had the opportunity to kind of prep her for some of this stuff because I'm like, this is not a 30-minute conversation. Like there's so much, like this is not 30 minutes. So then I was just kind of like, yeah, so I do this, did that, went here, went there. And also I'm recovering from a mental health crisis. So yeah, what's up?
And this is how my brain works. There was very much that too.
Oh, I'm sure I
Get
probably
on the
gave her,
bus.
got to give a
Get on
brain
the
people,
bus.
got to. That I probably said that. I probably was like, so listen, get on this bus because my brain people, and this
The
is what's
brain
happening.
people.
And
What does your
got to
brain space look
give
like?
all the disclaimers,
Yes.
But in that, we have really been able to develop a friendship, but also the iron sharpens iron type of relationship, because with all the work that she's helping me to do, she's also going through Discover Your Destiny, and as you know, that affords the opportunity to really be able to have some deep conversations about who you are, and how God has shown up for you, been showing up for you, how you want God to show up for you. We talk about ladybugs and like just the things that happen when you really seek out a personal relationship with God. So I'm just really honored to have been able to meet you and to have this friendship with you, but then also to be able to allow our universes to collide, because collaboration really is what we need to be doing right now, and being intentional about showing up for each other and building safe communities so that we can pass people off from one person to the next. And like, yeah, so go find out what they doing. They over there having some conversations, or they over there building this, and like telling people where people are so that we don't always feel so alone. Because shit's wild out here, and it's only going to continue getting wilder. So yeah, thank you for all of that.
KJ. Thank you. Thank you.
So you had mentioned asking Auntie, and one of the things I did want to say, so Shekinah was one of our previous Ask and Auntie submissions. Come to find out, a couple weeks ago, we had done a letter about having all the feels and all the emotions, and just even just now, you allowing yourself to be vulnerable, in this moment, and allowing yourself to feel. So I'm curious if there is, because I've been feeling a whole lot lately. So before we crack open this week's Ask an Auntie, is there anything that we want to add around that topic of feeling and vulnerability and allowing ourselves to really show up authentically when we are having this human experience?
Yes, I am learning that it's okay to have the feelings. There's a maturity in how I then react or respond because of them, right? It's not always okay to respond and move from emotions because they are fleeting, right? You'll feel this way now, and then in 5 minutes, I'm over that shit, right? And so I am giving myself the space and grace to have the feelings, but I am trying to learn to move into the logic part, right? And not
Mm-hmm.
again always act and respond because well, it didn't feel right. I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel right. And so part of the development of my 10 commandments that I talk about on my podcast is giving me that framework to move outside of my emotions and say, well, does what I want to do align with the commandments that I've made for myself? The easiest
Mm-hmm.
example is working out that I can use, right? One of my 10 commandments is I will be physically active. And so I don't always feel like it, right? I might be in a mood or I might just be tired or whatever. And so the next thing is, well, according to my commandments, and that's not to say I'm working out 7 days a week, but if it's Friday, I ain't worked out all week, I'm gonna need to go for a walk. I'm gonna need to get up and dance. I'm gonna need to stretch at the very least, do something that, in that way I can still honor, hey, I don't feel like it, but this is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm gonna do, because of it. And the letter specifically was around, crying about a lot of different things. And, it is what it is. It is what it is. I am no longer apologizing for that. I'm trying to just own it. That's who I am. You guys have opened my eyes to the fact that it is a blessing. It is a unique ability, if you will, to feel. And I think for me, because it's such a strong thing, it's every day for me. It doesn't always feel that way. It's like, y'all don't
Mm-hmm.
be crying. Are you kidding me? Like all this crying I'm doing. I know I cry a lot, but y'all got to cry like a little,
Something. A little bit of
something.
something.
And people don't, people don't be. And so again, that's in recognizing just who I am and how God has made me. And that there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And yeah, so that's my little 2 cent update.
Love it. Love
Love
it.
that.
Cool. So yeah, it's a process, and I know that's one of the things we talk about all the time. She got to be like, we gonna put that on a t-shirt. because it is like there are so many processes in it, but
Right.
one of the things that I appreciate is your willingness to go through it and your willingness to seek support in it and your commitment to yourself and saying, you know, I'm going to do the work to show up as the person that I want to be, because a lot of people don't be doing that. All right.
Right.
So while I'm not going to insert a commercial here, literally, I am going to say if you all are curious about Discover Your Destiny, please do go to dyd25.com. There are multiple people that can speak to the impact that it's had in their personal lives. So, holla at your girl. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get into our Ask an Auntie for today. Now, Ask an Auntie is the segment where people send us submissions and they share situations that are happening in their lives. And you have the opportunity to stay anonymous. You don't have to share your name, but you do share identifying information just so that we have context about what is going on. And then we are going to give our opinions regarding that, as well as those of you who are watching, feel free to chime in as well, either in the chat with us here or in the comments after the replay. All right. So today's Asking Auntie, if Lord Jesus, is taking me to every doggone window but the one I wanted to go to. It's called Love Her Down, but I'm low key losing myself. All right, aunties, we ready?
We
Here
ready.
we
Do
go.
it.
Okay, so boom. I've been with my girl for almost 4 years. I really do love her. Like I saw my future with her type love. But lately, I've been feeling off. She brought up wanting to open the relationship, and I agreed, thinking that it would be mutual. But then I found messages between her and some guy that were happening before we even had that conversation. Now I'm in my head wondering if this whole open thing was just to cover what she was already doing. What's messing with me more is she says she wants to be open, but gets real weird when I talk to other people. Make it make sense. There's also this layer of emotional manipulation I think might be happening. Sometimes she'll say scary stuff like not wanting to be here anymore, and it leaves me feeling responsible for her emotions and well being. I care deeply, but I'm also drained and confused. Do I stay and try to help her or choose myself in peace, even though I still love her? Because right now I feel stuck for real. Now, we don't have any demographic information about this person. We
Right.
don't know whether this is a male or female.
Right.
We don't know the age. We don't know the race. We don't know the socioeconomic status. We don't know nothing else but what I just read.
Mm-hmm. Are you right? I did assume it was a man. Look at me assuming. Okay. Well, do I go
Thoughts?
first?
Yeah.
Whoever.
Okay, the
You
first thing I want to say is you have to get clear. Okay, you said in my head, I'm wondering when you talking about open relationship, I feel like it's not my jam because there are so much nuance to it. But if you're gonna do an open relationship, I think you gotta set some rules. You gotta set some boundaries, some expectations of what does that mean, right? Like if you go on a date, do I have to tell you? Or are you allowed to check my phone? Or, when was this a cover up for what you were doing? Asking the really, really hard questions. That's with any relationship, honestly, whether it's open or
Mm-hmm.
closed, right? We do
Mm-hmm.
need to know what the hell all going on. And
Mhm.
the worst thing you can do is stay in your head making assumptions about their intentions, their desires, their expectations, because which out Fraggle Rock, it's just gonna be that. It's just made up universe in your mind. Okay. We got to make it plain. And you might need to literally like write it out. Write out the 10 commandments for y'all relationship or what
Mm-hmm.
you are expecting, because this whole world of assumption and well, I thought it was and I'm thinking it's just a never ending cycle. in my opinion.
Absolutely. I 1,000% agree with the sentiment that for an open relationship to work, it is a non-negotiable to have boundaries in place. And it's because it's what some people have different ideas of what an open relationship is first.
There's
So you got to
levels.
level set on what that looks like to you. You know, is this an outlet for me to get my emotional needs met but not
Mm,
physical? Is this purely physical but you don't want me catching feelings for this person?
mm,
Like, to your point, how involved is your partner and your dates? Like, do they need to know where you're going, who you're going with? Do they want to meet the person first? Like, there's 1,000 different things that go into that. It's not just, oh, I got a hall pass, I can go fuck other bitches.
right.
But that's what some people think an open relationship
Mm-hmm.
is, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not the
Mm-hmm.
case. If you're really truly honoring it as a relationship, then there's a lot of discussion that happens before you're technically even selecting a partner
Mm-hmm.
outside of your core relationship. And are both of you participating? Because to your point, they got real weird when you started saying, oh, okay, me too. And they're like, well,
Right.
hold up now. I didn't mean open for you. I just meant open for me.
Yep.
So really defining like what that looks like for everybody involved. Um, to your point of, is it a cover up for what was going on? Possibly. Thinking that, you would be okay with them doing whatever they wanted to do and not having any idea that you wanted to open your
Mm-hmm.
side of things too. It could very well be, but to Shekinah's point, you got to get the conversation out of your head because none of the answers live there. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
answers can only be found with your partner, and having that very candid conversation where it's not about, there's not a right way or a wrong way. This is your relationship. You guys can build it however you want, and it's no one else's business. There's no shame involved. Depending on how you all interact with each other, it should be, quote unquote,
Right.
a safe space, to share those things without harm or hurt. But that's also a boundary you have to set up of like, look, the things we have in this conversation, don't throw this shit in my face 3 weeks from now about, I
Mm-hmm.
knew you was looking at that girl at the grocery store. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we talked about this as a means to get what you wanted.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
setting up the boundaries, even in the conversation for the relationship, get it out of your head, so that it is clear what it is. And then establishing your own set of boundaries for you of what you are willing to tolerate, what you need out of that relationship, and if being in that relationship is meeting your needs anyway.
Right.
So,
And so I'd like to add to that, the things that really piqued my eyebrows were the double standard and the emotional manipulation.
mhm.
Um, that anytime that someone potentially is weaponizing their mental health and life ending and altering situations, that's gonna cause me a
Mm-hmm.
full stop. Mm-mm.
That's right.
Because the magnitude of those words, something Shekinah and I talk about all the time, and something I say all the time, is words mean things.
Mhm.
So when there are words being used to emotionally tie you to something so that it appears to Kimberland that I want my cake and eat it too, even though that's not actually the same. But I want to have both of these worlds without allowing you to also have that. So let me wrap you in. That feels, hey, red flagish.
Right.
So I would like to invite you to think through that part and really ask yourself how that lands on you. Again, it may be a process of trying to process that that is what's happening, but you named it in the letter.
Right.
You specifically said emotional manipulation, so you already know. So now the thing is to figure out how to unwind yourself out of this situation that you already know is unhealthy because of what you said in the letter. I do want to uplift that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and as a survivor, there are certain things that are always going to make me say absolutely not, and this is one of them. So it does, abuse does not have to be physical. And so that emotional manipulation is often the most damaging and most long lasting because it's making you hyper vigilant. It's making you ask, do I need to stay here for her? Because I don't want her to hurt herself because I love her.
Exactly.
And, you know, all of that, that's a no go. That's a no go, hard stop, full stop for me. Okay.
Right.
So that's what Auntie wanted to point out. So I know that it's not an immediate, all right, I'm out of here, and there may be processes and unwinding, but start that process so that you
Absolutely.
can free yourself because it does not get better.
Right. Not like that.
All right.
And I
And
would want
go
to
ahead.
add just one thing too, before you do all these considerations of like how to stay, is that even something you want?
You
Right? You
won.
said this
That's what I'm
was
saying.
her idea. So is it even something that you want to do? You know, there are a lot of people that we can love them and leave them. Love
Yep.
Mm,
does not
Love them
require
where they at.
you to stay. It does not require you to stay. You can certainly love somebody from a distance or just leave it in the ether. It's up there, you know.
mm-hmm.
But if it's not what you want from jump, you will always find yourself making compromises to make it happen because I
Exactly.
never even wanted this. So it's not aligning with my soul, with my spirit, with my desire. So, all right, I'll sacrifice. All right, I'll compromise. All right, I'll stay. And trust me, it never ends well.
Exactly. And just being strong too in Kim's point of the boundary, like with threatening to harm themselves, making it very clear to them that a that's not something a statement that you can take lightly. And it's like anytime you say that to me, I will be whatever, calling the
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
police, calling your
Mm-hmm.
parents,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
I think Kim said it best, you know, that manipulation to you of now you're responsible
Mm-hmm.
for them
Mm-hmm.
in this moment. The only way to make sure you've crossed your heart, done everything you can do is involving authorities to make sure
Yeah.
that they don't harm themselves. So it's like, let's take this off the table. Because if you say that to me,
Yeah.
I'm calling the police and they coming to get you and gonna give you a
Yeah.
jacket. You're gonna hug yourself and wear your grippy socks and you'll be home in 3 to 5 days. Like, I see
Yeah.
you when you get back. But
Yeah.
that's not a game we gonna play. You gonna find some
Yeah.
different words.
Yeah.
Clock it.
So, feel free to write us back and
Please
give us an
do.
update or share. Also, if you have a situation as you are listening to this that you would like to get some advice from the aunties, you can do that by going to tinyurl.com/asking auntie, and we will unpack the things as we need. So, all right, y'all, this has been a good time. I've loved this so
I
much in my
enjoyed it.
spirit. So, we want to make sure that y'all know how to connect with everybody. So, Shekinah, kick us off in letting the people know where they can find you.
Yes. So for branding content, all things Shekinah, you can follow me on Instagram at your brand bestie underscore. Your brand bestie underscore. If you would like to book a free clarity call, if you got ideas, if you are looking to start something, already have something started, and it's just a bunch of ideas up in your head, and you want somebody to really just kind of help you figure it out, systematize, get the visuals, get the things in place, put together a strategy, you can book a free clarity call with me at tinyurl.com/the brand bestie. For all things podcasting, if you want to hear me talk some more, you can come on over down to Let's Talk Sis on the YouTubes. I am on TikTok at the Let's Talk Sis podcast. I am on Facebook at Let's Talk Sis. And we be having a good time. I go live on Fridays. You can join our sisterhood. That is my live chat where, we just hang out. We do a little dance party before we record, get us in the mood. And we kiki. If you want to support the mission on a monetary level, I always appreciate that. Feel free to buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Let's Talk Sis. That's me.
Hey.
Love it. Kalonda, where can the folks find you, honey?
The people can find me online at visionaryenetwork.com, where I help visionaries design and live a wildly joyful life so they are working in their purpose without completely burning out, and doing that in a way that's just beyond advice, but also helping them actually get the work done. You can find me on Facebook at Kalonda Jackson, Kalonda. Instagram, you can find me at Kawana Bear, KAWANABEAR. I'm also on TikTok at Kontent Kalonda with K's, KONTENT, Kalonda, KALONDA. You can tell I was alive, I guess, when all of these things were born themselves. So I have different login names for all of them. Why not? But come see me. And if you would love to make any donations to helping me further my dreams, then you can do that at CashApp at $Kalonda, KALONDA.
All right. And then y'all can holler at me at kimberlandjackson.com. You can find out more about Discover Your Destiny as well there or directly at dyd25.com. I'm on Instagram at KimberlandJ. And then we also invite you to connect to the Mind of My Black Ass Business universe here. All right. So if you have not already subscribed and liked and commented, I don't know what you were waiting on all this time, but hey, here's your chance to do that right now. All right. So please do leave us a comment about something that resonated with you. We had quite a few things that we went through today. So we know that something piqued your interest, something did left a mark, something. All right. So let us know what that is. That's also going to help us know what to clip and what to elevate and all of that. Again, if you want to be on as a guest host, you can email us at mindingmyblackassbusiness@gmail.com with the subject line "Let Me On" there, and let us know why you would like to be on the show. All right. So that's it. That's all. This has been a wonderful time. We will be back in 2 weeks. And what's that date?
October 26th.
October getting on out the way, ain't it?
Getting out the way, child.
Wow. So October 26th, we'll be back, Kalonda and I, and we'll be catching you up on the things that are happening. I will give you all a heads up. We're going to be taking a break from the end of November to the second week in January. All right. Now that's going to be a time for y'all to go back and see the journey, go travel through some of them episodes we was talking about where that sound wasn't all that good. Put the captions on, it helps, and just turn it down a little bit. We still cute. Okay. So we talking good. We're talking good now.
Great conversation.
But yeah, so during that time, that's when y'all assignment is gonna be to go back so we could catch up. So when we come back for season 3, okay, that we'll be able and ready and caught up in all of that. So y'all stay tuned for that. And we will see y'all in 2 weeks.